So, well, I've held it as long as I could. The heartbreak of the night. Oh my gosh, my heart broke. Cause I liked them together. Oh my gosh. Verneashia and Joel. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Saw it coming. I saw it coming.
You saw it coming when?
I'm gonna tell you when I saw it coming. I saw it coming at the ranch. I'm gonna tell you how I saw it coming at the ranch. Anytime another man has to tell you to go apologize and get it right, Chris had to go tell Joel to go get it right with Verneashia. He was gonna let that weekend go and be in his feelings, and she was gonna let that weekend go and be in her feelings. So when you eliminate people out of the middleman in your relationship, telling you, "Yeah, look, you need to get this straight," or "You need to get this straight," and you leaving it up to your own devices, it's not going to work. And we saw that at the ranch. That it was, if it had not been for Chris, somebody in the middle, a mediator, they wasn't gonna get that weekend straight.
Well, yeah, and I think more than anything is because Chris really got a grasp of the fact that he was like, man, she hurt. Her feelings are hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to make it like men's feelings are less than a woman's, because they're not.
Definitely not.
But a man has to be very careful with a woman's feelings. And in that space, Chris understood that. I was like, man, she hurt because she really liked you. I think in this case, in a lot of cases, men could kind of shut that feeling off. Like, they detach themselves from that. Like, it'd be like, I'm hurt, but oh well, I'm over it. And women, like Verneashia's like I'm hurt and I'm mad, and so my hurt comes out in mad, and ooh, I'm so bad, I want to cry,
But I mean, in that situation, even to go back to the ranch, I don't think he was like this. Speaking my truth, I'm gonna be honest. I'm speaking my truth. I'm sorry that you heard about it this way. Again, Ron talking, people talking, and it came back to her around about the wrong way, and that what hurt her, because he didn't say it to her, and because of one argument, he was ready to run or move on to somebody else. And I think that was the hurtful thing. Again, his emotions and his feelings were hurtful as well. He's been hurt as well, and he has to deal with some things in their relationship. She's, again, having a hard exterior but soft on the inside, and shows that love.
He knows that.
And shows that, and loves hard. All right. Now when you come to here, the cameras go off, and he's kind of, as she says, different, distant a little bit, out with other people, which you knew he was friendly anyway.
Well, her thing was, we were going at a certain pace when the show ended.
Mm-hmm.
She kept going at that pace, but he pulled back, and her thing was, okay, you pulled back, but you never communicated that to me and explained to me, why, because I'm thinking we both going to be going at this pace, and then you say I'm going too fast, but that's how we did it.
But it shows me that they didn't have that. You got to have that communication. When the show's over, there's no one prompting you. There's no producers. There's no nephew Tommy. That communication has to take. How far and how fast do we want to take this relationship? Joelle brought an example up. She wanted to spend the night at the house. Well, guess what? He has kids. Mm-hmm. He, as a man, I'm not, because if it was a woman say, you know what, I don't want to introduce my kids to you, nobody has an issue. Nobody have a problem. I know people on the internet jumping on it like, how he say that. He's trying to keep his kids in a safe space. Not that their mama left, their mother died. Right? So who I bring into here, who I bring into this relationship, who I bring into this space, our safe space, has to be somebody who I believe that's going to stick around so my kids don't get attached and lose somebody else. Vice versa, but I can't have you spend the night here because I'm trying to set a standard.
Okay, well, he didn't necessarily say that.
He didn't say that, but I'm just going into it.
Second of all, let's not forget, Verneashia has kids as well.
Yes, hers a little bit older though.
No, this is what I'm about to say to you. Verneashia has kids as well. So she's had kids his age. And so, his children's age. So, I know she understands that concept. So, I just believe that she wasn't saying, let me spend the night with your little kids there. Because she's been in that space too. And she seems like the type that was the same way. Like, I'm not just going to introduce some random to my kids. I'm not going to have them around my kids. So I would like to think that, and again, it wasn't said, I would like to think that if she was talking about spending the night, it was when the kids wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? Because they in the same, I don't know what happened with her daughter's father. You know what I'm saying? But they both had kids and wasn't at a point where they wasn't married, but they was dating. So I think she understood that concept. But again, communicate that then. Just don't be like, his thing was, oh, she try to force my hand. And you know, she was looking like, what? Dang. We could have talked about that. I don't have no problem with that.
That's my point there. He never communicated. His communication, Tommy said it, and I kind of agree. His communication skills when it comes to stuff like this is lacking. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have that communication skills. He doesn't to deal with those type of things in relationships. And I think that was one of the issues. That was the issue too. Then she sometimes goes to the left, and I said this because he said, "Who did you say you gonna smack when we see them?" Because there was some issue or some rumors going on about him and Stacy, that he spent a lot of time with Stacy. You know, she talked about him Stacy rubbing him on his chest, and he was like, "We were just hanging out." You know, I'm friendly with every people on the cast. It's the cast hanging out. Again, we go back in the area, go back into the scene when she met the friends, or the episode when they met friends. That territorial spirit rose up.
Because her thing was, and she said this on there, she said her thing was, it wasn't even that so much. Of course she knows he's friendly. I don't think she never had a problem with him being friendly. But it's one thing to be friendly. It's another thing to be a little extra close with somebody. And that's the vibe that she was getting. She said, that's what I heard. Somebody on the cast told me that.
This cast is snitching, man. This is the most talkingest cast I know.
Yeah, she said somebody on the cast told me that. You know, she knew Joel being friendly, but it's a difference between being friendly and being up in somebody's face.
I really don't like that. Why don't the cast go talk to him? Have a conversation with him.
But she said he did the same thing. He did the same thing. Somebody might have said something to him, and instead of him coming to talk to her about it, which she said she talked to him about the Stacy thing.
Yeah, you gotta have that conversation.
Instead of him talking to her about what he heard, he was just like, "Oh, for real? That's what she doing? Okay." And that was it. And that was her main problem with it. She don't care nothing about him being friendly. Her thing was that it was told to her that basically Joel said, "I'm single. Verneashia ain't my girlfriend." And he said, that's not what he said. Not like that.
Right. He said the question was asked.
He said he was taking his time.
Right.
And he didn't say he didn't have a girlfriend. It's just that he was taking his time. And they was walking through this thing. And it wasn't necessarily exclusive. But her understanding was that they were. So again, communication.
The bottom line with this relationship is there was no communication that was there.
Yeah, because she said he basically told her, you know, like, I'm not trying to date nobody else. I'm just trying to date you.
And if we're going to date, she said all she needed to know was the rules of the game.
Right.
If we're going to date and then still date other people, that's cool. If we're going to be exclusive, I'm down with that too. Let me know. And she made it seem like there was no communication whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And so this is where their miscommunication has caused a relationship. I was rooting for them. Mm-hmm. But I saw the signs. I saw the signs that was there. That communication piece in a relationship is kind of bad. That when you don't have that, and when you can't handle simple arguments or simple disagreements to get over those, it becomes difficult.
Yeah. And
even when she was saying there, she's like, better not let that happen again, or don't let that happen again. She's 40 years old. She don't have time for playing. And right. She ain't got time for fighting nobody. She's a business owner, entrepreneur. She's going to do great things. She ain't got time for foolishness. I want somebody who can ride or die with me, and we can roll on to the set, and we can move on and build together.
Yeah. And it was a little disagreement there. She was like, you know, I haven't talked to him. I only talked to him after the show. That I decided not to talk to him. I stepped away from it. And Joel comes later and was like, no, we both stepped away from it. You know.
Yeah, the body language Tommy said was bad. I mean,
when they were sitting on the couch, they were sitting on each one on the end of the couch, kind of like their posture away from each other.
Like there's Joel and big gap in the middle, like Jake and Haley from Married at First Sight.
Yeah, their posture was away from each other. But I like when Dietrich, you know, when they went to commercial, Dietrich talked to him and everybody, Tommy said it, out of everybody, y'all was a couple like I thought for sure would make it to the end.
Yeah, dog.
Not of the show, but past this. Everybody was rooting and pulling for y'all. And Dietrich said that too. I know you hurt, but I'm pulling for y'all. You know, just go talk to him. Get it. And she was like, you know, it's a wrap. I'm done with it.
And he said he was done with it.
Because her big thing, her other thing that she said was, you and I both know what time it is because Dietrich told us, and we've seen, if you follow them on social media, Dietrich is cool with Verneashia. You know what I'm saying? They hang. That's why I said she don't have no problem with him being friendly because she hang out with Dietrich.
Yeah.
Okay? But his thing was, you know, go talk to him and get it together. Like I'm rooting for you. And her thing was, she said it's a wrap. They out there trying to downplay it. That was her other thing too.
And
when she said the conversation that he had with Amber, that Amber came back and talked to Verneashia about what's going on with Stacy. They trying to downplay it because when you looked at it when the conversation was going on, Stacy was kind of looking like, what? But it's a lot of people that was like, when they was on, because I was on Instagram, a lot of people like, oh, we saw the posture, the way Stacy and Joel was relating to each other. It was a little bit more than friendly. I didn't see it, but that's what they said. Since we on some he said, she said, that's what they said.
They said. You know, man, look, man, at this point, they would try to get committed. They didn't get, everybody was rooting for them because they was a lovable couple. Everybody liked Joel, baby. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, and I'm not saying he's 100% at fault. Not saying she's 100% at fault. They're both at fault because they have to be able to, in relationships, you're going to have disagreements. You got to have communication, and you have to be on the same road. Got to be on the same page. And that comes with communication. That comes with conversation. That comes with people just spending time with each other, spending time with each other's families, knowing whichever way you want to go. When the cameras ended, they should have tried to continue the same things that they were doing while the show was going on. Yeah,
because she said she felt neglected. We know he's friendly, but when you talking to everybody else more than you talking to me, come on.
Not even that. When you said this is for men and dealing with women. When you set the standard this high when y'all first started dating, and the standard's way up here, you're gonna have to try to maintain that because when you drop it down here, there's gonna be some sense of I don't want to say resentment, but like, dang, what happened? Same thing with women. Yo, if you set the standard up here and you start bringing the standard down here, men may not say it, but we're gonna think like, yo, what happened?
But also, in this is a unique situation because, like you talking about in regular everyday life, with no TV show, no cameras. When you do that on the show versus outside the show, it looks like you was putting on.
It does look like you're putting on, and so therefore that's
like you was doing it for TV.
You're doing it for TV, but that's where she at, and they gotta have that conversation. I wasn't doing it for TV, baby. I still want to be with you. They were talking about the dates they went on, that he would wait in production for when she would film, when she was finished, he would leave with. It was just the whole extra 9 yards. It's like the guy who opened the car door for his wife the whole time. The girlfriend, while the whole time was dating, they opened car doors and they gave her the jacket, and then when they get married, that junk stops. And she's like, oh, what happens? And then when he start up again, she looking at him like, why you start doing it again? Well, just let him start doing it again because that's what you were used to in the first place. So I'm just saying, those are some of those things that men and women deal with in relationships.
But I'm heartbroken because I liked them together. Even she posted, a few weeks ago, pictures of, like their journey together, and I was like, man, for it to fall apart like that. Over something like, I feel like Verneashia, like she said, I'm 40. Because the whole thing was, like you said, Joelle asked her, did you say that you would slap somebody if you saw them in my face? And she was like, I'm grown. I'm not finna fight nobody.
She said it though. Oh, she said it. It's 100% sure she said it. Now, she may not admit it, but she said it. Because she never denied saying it. She didn't deny saying it. She just mad that he brought it up on the show.
Nah.
She's mad because he brought it up on the show. And that was one of their private conversations. And he brought it up. He was trying to bring it up to be messy. And like I can't. And she was like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that. I'm not gonna say who it is." And it's probably
She
Stacey.
said no.
She said it, dog.
She said no.
There's no. She said it. You can.
But
see
she didn't say it to him. He says it was told to him that she said, "I'm gonna slap her in the face if I see him."
If you didn't say it, you would have been like, "Nah, I ain't saying I'm smacking no girl." Blah blah blah. She said it. She tried to clean it up by saying I'm 40. Blah blah blah. She said it. Okay, if y'all think
no, I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just shaking my head at the whole thing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I felt like in that moment, especially for Joelle, somebody that's been married before, and Verneashia, and how about just at their age period, but also for somebody that's been like, I feel like these are skills that you would have had to put into effect in your marriage. I feel like I was watching some 20-year-olds, not some 40-year-olds. That's how I felt. Inexperienced 20-year-olds.
But you didn't know what his other marriage was like, and don't know what her other relationship was like. So they may just because the age they may not have learned and developed those skills.
But that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said you would think.
Yeah. From
somebody that's been married before, like some skills you should have developed. You really should have, but
I mean, they should have, and again, they didn't, and I think everybody was rooting for them because that's the couple.
Because they were so cute.
That's the couple we saw that from day one. Now we do know he had other interests that he was going out with. He saw Kyra. Everybody had Kyra on their mind. Verneashia had some interest in other people, but she really fell head over heels for Joelle, and from day one. She was with Joelle and she thought it was going to be, this is my, I don't want to say Prince Charming, but this is it. This is the guy. Everybody likes him. He's charming. He is what he is. And I know some people I was like, well, look at his Instagram, look at his YouTube, look at his Twitter, look at how he raps and all this stuff. Sometimes that's the entertainer. Then sometimes it is who you are. I don't know him, so I can't say which one he really is. I just go by what I saw on the show. What you see on social media and see what you see on social media. I know he could probably have a heart. He's probably a kind guy and sweet guy based off what we've seen. And then again, there's an entertainer, and I don't know what his name is that he goes by as he entertains. So I think when you see entertainers, they are two different people, at home and on the road. So.
And because I think sometimes entertainers, like we saw this with what's his name from last season, Raymond. Mm-hmm. You get stereotyped because you find out I'm a musician and I've been on tour, and so you automatically, even though it may be the case,
example,
you automatically get pigeonholed as
Raymond had 5 kids.
But that's what I said. But I'm saying. But still, you get pigeonholed to say, you get stereotyped to say, oh, you're a musician, you go on tour stuff, you're a whore. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes when people are an actor or an actress or they do whatever. So then when they show their emotions or they show a certain side, people be like, well, you do this for a living. You put on for a living. How do I know you being real? So I think, entertainers and people that are into like acting and music and stuff like that. I think AJ kind of got that a little bit, being that, he was into music or whatever. They stereotype people, and I don't think that's fair. But you really got to separate the two. It's like, okay, this is because people you have a persona when you are in entertainment, and that's not necessarily who you are outside.
And like I said, we don't know which way he was at home. But all we know we saw on the show, and we know what we see on Instagram.
She said.
And we know what she said. Mm-hmm. And so you gotta have to pick. I don't want to pick sides.
And he didn't deny that he pulled back. He didn't deny it.
No, he said he did pull back. Again, we all wanted to see some good black love.
Boo!
We all wanted to see some good black love. We didn't get to see that black love in that.
Well, we did. We saw with Liz and Jason.
And Amber and Chris. We just didn't see it with Verneashia and Joelle. So